Okay, looking at this question, a fruit seller has 60 more oranges than apples. After he sold 75% of the oranges and 60% of the apples, he is left with 9 more apples than oranges. How many apples does he have at first? Okay, so what you can do first is you can actually underline some of the keywords here. So in the beginning, the fruit seller has 60 more oranges than apples. Alright, and if we draw that in our model, it will look like this. Moving on, it says that he sold 75% of the oranges and 60% of the apples. Now, it is not advisable to deal with percentages like this. So let's change these percentages to fractions first. Okay, so 75% of the oranges is actually the same as 75 over 100. And if we simplify it, we will get 3/4 of the oranges sold. You can do all this using your calculator. You don't have to do it manually. Okay, so 75% of the oranges sold is the same as 3/4 of the oranges sold. Now, if you look at the model again, 3/4 of the oranges sold means 3/4 of this part of the model is sold and 3/4 of this part of the model is sold. Is this confusing? If it is, think about it this way. Oranges is represented by this 1 unit here and 60. This is an unknown number and this is 60. Alright, you see the line in the middle breaking them up? Okay, so to find 3/4 of the oranges, it is actually 3/4 of the section in front and 3/4 of 60. Moving on, let's change 60% of the apples to a fraction too. So 60% of apples is actually the same as 60 over 100, and if you simplify it, that will give you 3/5 of the apples sold, which means in the model, 3/5 of the apples are sold. Now let's understand what we have found so far. 3/5 of the apples sold means that I have a total of 5 units for apples and I sold 3 units of them. And if we look at the oranges here, it means that I have 4 units altogether here and I sold 3 of them. So how do I make sense of this information? Now, if you look at these 2 bars over here, do you realize that they are actually the same size? Okay, so let's try to make the denominators the same because that is going to make things easier for us. So the lowest common multiple of 4 and 5 is 20. So let's change this to fractions to have the same denominator. Alright? So 3/4 is actually equals to 15 over 20. How did I get this? I multiplied the denominator by 5 and I multiplied the numerator by 5. Let's see. Times 5. Okay, and this means that I have 20 units here, and out of the 20, 15 units are being sold. Now we can't ignore this part of the model, alright, so we also need to find 3/4 of 60. So 3/4 of 60 is 45, and what this means is that 15 units of oranges are sold and 45 oranges are sold. Please take note of the differences here. This is in units and this is the actual number of oranges. Okay, so if 15 units are sold and there are 20 units altogether, it means that 5 units of oranges are remaining and 60 oranges minus 45 that are sold, it gives me 15 oranges that remain. So that means that the oranges remaining is 5 units plus 15. Okay, moving on, let's find out the apples that were sold. So same thing, I have 3/5 here. I want the denominator be 20. So I will change it to an equivalent fraction by multiplying it by 4. Okay. Remember, the whole purpose of changing the denominator to be 20 is because these two units here are the same size. Okay. So it means that 12 units of apples are sold, and if I have a total of 20 units, it means 8 units of apples remain. Okay, moving on, let's look at our question again. I'll use green. In the end, he is left with 9 more apples than oranges. So I will draw a new model now. The number of apples is 9 more than oranges, and this is the number for the remaining fruits. Okay, let me just label it. Okay, so from here, the number of oranges left, we have found it. Okay, according to what I have found, the number of oranges left is 5 units plus 15. So I'm going to put that in my model. 5 units plus 15. Okay, and very quickly you will notice that this bar here is the same size, so I can also split it into 5 units and 15. Okay, so what else is missing from this model? We have found the number of apples left over here, right? 8 units of apples remain. So let's put this information into the model. Alright, so that is it. 8 units of apples remain. Now, we are very close to getting our answer now. We are always aiming to find 1 unit. Now, I want all of you to just focus on the bar for apples. Okay? If the total is 8 units and this is 5 units, how many units remain? I repeat, 8 units is the total. This is 5 units. What is the remaining units? So I will use 8 minus 5 to get 3 units. So that means that 3 units represents 15 plus 9. Now some of you may get very confused at this part here. So just repeat it as many times as you need to. Okay, so 3 units is equals to 15 plus 9, which is 24. And then 1 unit is 8. So if I want to find the number of apples at first, that would be 20 units. Okay, because from our working here, the total number of apples is 20 units. Okay, so that's our answer. Next question. Miss So baked 12 more chocolate muffins than banana muffins. After she gave away 1/3 of the chocolate muffins and 2/5 of the banana muffins, she was left with 17 more chocolate muffins than banana muffins. Okay, you're very lucky for this question because you don't have percentages and everything is already in fraction. Now, same point. If I give away 1/3 of the chocolate muffins, it means I'm giving away 1/3 of this portion and 1/3 of this portion. Okay? And also, I'm going to put this in. I gave away 2/5 of my banana muffins. Now again, look at these 2 units here in the model. They are the same, but the denominator is 5 for banana muffins, and the denominator for chocolate muffins is 3. Okay, so let's find the common denominator, and that would be 15. So 1/3, okay, is actually 3/15, and I need to find what is 1/3 of the 12 chocolate muffins here. So 1/3 times 12 is 4. And what this means is that 3 units of the chocolate is given away, and 4 chocolates here are given away. Same thing, I need you to take note that this is in units and this is the actual number of chocolates. Okay, so if I have 15 units all together here and 3 units are given away, 12 units are left, right? And similarly, if I have 12 chocolate muffins here and I gave away 4, then 8 chocolates are left, right? Moving on to banana muffins, 2/5 are being sold, and I want to make the denominators the same to be 15. So 2/5 is actually the same as 6/15. How did I get this? I multiplied the denominator and numerator by 3. And again, let's make sense of what we have just found. 6/15 just means that 6 units of banana muffins are given away. And if I have 15 units altogether and 6 units are given away, it means that I have 9 units of banana muffins left. Alright. Okay, let's move on to the second part of the question. It says that the number of chocolate muffins left is 17 more than banana muffins. So I'm going to draw a new model here. So the number of chocolate muffins is 17 more than banana muffins. Okay, and we know that 9 units of banana remains. So this will be 9 units. And if this is 9 units, then this is also 9 units. Okay, so I filled in the information for banana muffins. Then now let's look at the chocolate muffins left. Chocolate muffins left is 12 units plus 8. Okay, alright, so now we need to find out what this 17 represents. Okay, again, you can use your finger to cover the banana muffins here because we don't need to look at that. Okay, so 12 units plus 8 is actually made up of 9 units plus 17. So in order to find what 17 is represented by, I need to take away 9 units. Okay, we learned this in algebra. 12 units plus 8. Take away 9 units. I will be left with 3 units plus 8. Now, if that is confusing, let me write it out for you here. 12 units plus 8 minus 9 units. Okay, so I'll subtract all the units first, and that will give me 3 units plus 8. Okay, please pardon the horrible handwriting. Alright, so which means that whatever is left, 3 units plus 8, represents 17. Okay, now this is challenging. I want to find what is 3 units, but there is this 8 here. So I need to get rid of 8. So in order to get rid of 8, I need to subtract 8 from the left-hand side of the equation. So I need to subtract 8 from here. And if I subtract 8 from the left-hand side, I need to subtract 8 on the other side, so that the equation is balanced. Okay? I repeat, I need to take away this 8 because I only want 3 units. So if I take away 8 from the left side, I must take away 8 from the right side so that they are both equal. Okay, which leads me to 3 units is equals to 17 minus 8, which is equals to 9. And then we can find 1 unit, which is 3. So the number of chocolate muffins at first, let's go back to the original model. So my number of chocolate muffins at first, the number of units here is 15. So 15 units will be 15 times 3. And finally, once I find that this is 45, to find the total at first, I need to add 12. Alright? I hope you understood these 2 questions and you're ready for the lesson in class. Good luck!